By many accounts, Coach, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tennessee Titans.
Let's go, baby.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check.
They run. Devontae Freeman. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And it's 3rd down.
Move 15. 51. Get track. 14, find it.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10.
I got you, boy.
The safety Landon Collins there to make the tackle. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone?
Let's go double count right here. Double count.
Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. This is Freeman. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. You were telling me this yesterday. It's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Alert.
On first down, Freeman. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey, because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go play action here on first down. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. 2nd and 2. Able to find his running back, Geis. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 42.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So 2nd catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game, too. Geis with the carry on 2nd down. Now Geis stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Anything to make of this, or just a bad stretch? Because he had the 2 fumbles he lost last week and now a 3rd.
It's a bad stretch, but it's one that he has to make sure he overcomes. This isn't on anyone else but him. Taking care of the ball, tucking it away, keeping it high and tight, all the while doing that and not slowing down his running and his ability to move the ball forward.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're scoreless after one. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He completes it to Julio Jones. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Freeman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You better be afraid of me. Switch.
Now a college star here in Tennessee, Cordero Patterson. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 8-yard line.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Freeman. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Devontae Freeman. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And Lambeau will put this one through, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. He's already put it on the ground once in this first half. There, no gain, just struggling to get going.
Yeah, and what he needs right now, a dose of confidence, which means his guys have to chop a hole, the big one for him, give him a chance to run a little bit and gain some of that confidence back. He didn't get it on that carry.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
He's coming, double up. Check the backer, check the backer. Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill. Ready.
From the gun, Love. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Let's go, let's go. Down. 60 Pittsburgh. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Topper, topper. Safety creek.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He gets this one complete to Traquan Smith. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 45-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains.
Ready, set. 152. 52's the mic.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Getting the sack, the big D tackle, Geno Atkins.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Here we go.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Come on, QB, come on. Watch 36. 36 the mic. Hey.
Looking to throw. Love. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Wilson. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. Pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip. Bang out.
Now Wilson to throw again. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Again, Wilson. Flush to his right. Green brings it in. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
He's able to find Wallace. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right of the yard. 2nd and 1. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime. All we have to show for the first half, a lone field goal. 3-0 our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Wallace. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a first down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10. Throwing on first down. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw. Love is going to fire one deep over into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
They'll try to get the ground game going with Freeman. Room here to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
Now Balaj. And an alley to run. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
After the penalty, here's Freeman. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Go, go, go. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. One left. Three down.
On 2nd down, Freeman. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 16. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
On first down, Freeman trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. Safarian Jenkins has it. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So they decline it, and they choose to not give him that down back.
And I think that's the key to everything there. They didn't give up any yardage even on the completed pass. Don't give them an extra down in order to try and pick up a first.
Let's go, D. Don't be long down offense.
On third down, Wilson being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So another good job defensively because they've allowed 3 trips into the red zone, but only the 2 field goals.
Yeah, that's the bend but don't break, isn't it? And they really didn't get broken at all because if you're running off the field having allowed 2 field goals and 3 trips in the red zone, you've actually come out ahead.
Yeah, flip it over to the other side. The offense, they'll hope to cash in for 6 next trip. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Love. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Watch 36 to Mike. Target.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And the great veteran Eric Berry back to knock that one away. Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 38-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Check. Lucky. Run left.
Now Freeman, he's been busy today. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down and 6.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
To throw is Wilson on 3rd down. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
They're on 23-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. I tell you what, it's kind of hard to imagine. They have not scored a single point, and yet they're in this position. A touchdown drive here, and they're in the lead.
Normally, when you have 0 on your side of the ledger on the scoreboard, you're a little bit discouraged. But when they look over and see their opponents, they don't see a number that's way out there. They don't see a number they can't attain. In fact, they can get it right here on this drive and potentially take the lead.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Geis. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Love. That's into the hands of Wallace over the middle. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 39. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going. So, you know, I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Throw right side taken in by Wallace. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it. Mike.
On 3rd down, Love. He gets it in the hands of Geis. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 24-yard line.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Out out of the gun. Geis. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. From the gun, Love. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Love. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. In for the score, as his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead here in the 4th. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And a movement there coming from the middle of the line.
And you understand he wants to get off the ball quickly, but the ball's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
2nd and 2 now. The penalty leaves him in pretty good shape.
Jumper, 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 jumper. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill.
Freeman again. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll run on first down. It's Freeman, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction.
Fair. Touch 50, touch 50.
Back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Oh, no, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. 20. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, They've got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week at practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Off to Geis on the screen. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Back to throw. Love. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. And Rosas puts this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, it's a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Cam Newton tearing that secondary apart. He's got a 300-yard afternoon and 4 touchdown passes. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Get up! Where's 52? 14, fight it. 52's enough.
He'll look to throw. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another 1st down. From the red zone now. Here's Wilson on 1st down. And it's caught. And he's across for the touchdown. And it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Come on.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another.